All right, Chiefs Kingdom, we've got a big one to talk about today. Rumors are swirling that Kansas City could be eyeing a blockbuster trade for Eagles tight end Dallas Goedert. Yeah, you heard that right. A potential move that could shake up the offense and give Patrick Mahomes another reliable weapon. But is it the right move? Let's break it all down. What it would cost, how Goedert fits, and whether this is the kind of move that puts the Chiefs another step closer to another Lombardi trophy. Before we dive in, I want to hear from you right now. If you were Brett Veach, would you pull the trigger on a trade for Goedert? Drop a T for trade or P for pass in the comments and let's get the debate going. Now, let's get into the details. This rumor first popped up on NFL Trade Rumors, and the idea is simple. The Chiefs are in the market for another tight end. With Travis Kelce still holding it down, but nearing the later stages of his career, Goedert could be a piece for both now and the future. The suggested trade price? A fourth-round pick, a move that wouldn't break the bank in terms of draft capital, but does raise some financial questions. Kansas City's offense had some struggles last season, particularly with injuries at wide receiver and running back. Adding another reliable pass catcher like Goedert could help stabilize things, giving Mahomes another big-bodied target over the middle. But is this the right move at the right time? Or should the Chiefs focus on other areas? I want your take. Do the Chiefs need to upgrade the tight end position, or should they roll with what they have? Type Y for yes or N for no in the comments, and let's see where the fan base stands. All right, now that we've set the stage, it's time to talk about the big question behind this move, the future of Travis Kelce. How much longer can he dominate? And is now the time for the Chiefs to start planning for life after him? Let's get into it. Let's be real. Travis Kelce is a legend. The guy has been the heart and soul of this offense for years, putting up historic numbers and delivering in the biggest moments. But here's the tough question, Chiefs Kingdom. How much longer can he keep this up? Kelce is 34 now, and while he's still playing at a high level, we've seen a slight dip in production. Injuries take longer to recover from, and let's not ignore the fact that his off-the-field life has changed dramatically. Whether it's the added spotlight from his high-profile relationship or his growing media presence, it's clear that Kelce is nearing the final chapters of his career. That's where Dallas Goedert comes in. Trading for him wouldn't just be about this season, it would be about the future. Imagine having a seamless transition at tight end where Mahomes can go from one elite target to another without missing a beat. Goedert isn't Kelce, but he brings a similar skill set. Strong hands, great route running, and the ability to punish defenses over the middle. But here's something to think about. Could they actually play together? Imagine a two tight end set with Kelce and Goedert on the field at the same time. Defenses would have a nightmare trying to cover both, especially with Mahomes running the show. Noah Gray has been solid, but he's not a true TE1. Goedert, on the other hand, is proven. So what do you think? Should the Chiefs start preparing for life after Kelce, or do you believe he still has a few dominant years left? Drop a K15 in the comments if you think Kelce stays elite for a while, or type next if you think it's time to start planning for the future. All right, so we know why this trade could make sense from a football perspective. But does it make sense financially? What about the cost? A fourth-round pick sounds reasonable. But what about his contract? Let's break down the numbers next. All right, Chiefs Kingdom. Now that we've talked about why this trade could make sense, let's get into the numbers because, let's be honest, no trade happens without talking about the cost. The proposed deal would send a fourth-round pick to the Eagles in exchange for Dallas Goedert. On paper, that doesn't seem like a bad price. A fourth-rounder isn't a premium asset, and the Chiefs have already made moves to gain extra picks in future drafts. But here's the big question. Is a fourth-round pick worth it for a tight end who isn't Travis Kelce? Think about it. Kansas City has had success finding hidden gems in the later rounds of the draft. Would you rather take a shot at a young, high-upside player or bring in a proven veteran who could contribute immediately? Let me know in the comments. Would you trade a fourth-round pick for Goedert? Type yes or no. Now, the bigger issue, his contract. Goddard isn't cheap. He carries a cap hit of $11.81 million in 2025. That's a big number for a team that needs to be smart with its money. However, if the Chiefs were to restructure or extend his deal, they could spread out the cap hit and make it more manageable. This isn't the first time Kansas City has had to make financial decisions like this. Remember when they traded for Orlando Brown Jr., or when they moved on from Tyreek Hill to stay flexible? Brett Veach knows how to work the cap, but this trade would still require some careful planning. So, let's break it down. Would you rather 1. Trade for Goddard and pay the price now? 2. Keep the pick and look for cheaper options? Drop a 1 or 2 in the comments and let's see where everyone stands. All right, Chiefs Kingdom. We've talked about why the trade makes sense, what it would cost, and how it could impact the team financially. But now comes the biggest question of all. Would Dallas Goedert actually make the Chiefs' offense better? First, let's look at what he brings to the table. Goedert has been a consistent and reliable target for the Eagles, putting up solid numbers despite dealing with injuries. Last season, he caught 42 passes for nearly 500 yards and 2 touchdowns. Not eye-popping stats, but impressive considering the Eagles' run-heavy offense and his role behind A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. Now, imagine him in Kansas City. Mahomes loves his tight ends, and Andy Reid's system has always featured them heavily. With Goedert, the Chiefs could finally have a legitimate secondary option at tight end, someone who can take pressure off Kelce and give defenses one more thing to worry about. But here's the thing. Is he really what the Chiefs need right now? We all know the biggest concern last season was the wide receiver position. The team already has Kelce, Noah Gray, and young T.E. Jared Wiley waiting in the wings. Would adding another tight end truly solve the offensive struggles, or would that 4th-round pick be better spent on a young, explosive wide receiver? Let's get your take on this. If you think Goedert would be a game changer for this offense, type TE in the comments. But if you think the Chiefs should focus on a wide receiver instead, type ER and let's see what the majority of the kingdom thinks. One thing's for sure, this offense still needs another weapon if it's going to get back to being the dominant force we expect. Whether that's Goedert or someone else, Brett Veach has some decisions to make. So where does this leave us? What are the final takeaways from this trade rumor, and what should Chiefs fans expect moving forward? Let's wrap it all up next. All right, Chiefs Kingdom, we've broken it all down. The rumor, the reasoning, the cost, and the potential impact of bringing Dallas Goedert to Kansas City. So where do we stand? On one hand, trading for Goedert could be a smart move for both the present and the future. He'd give Mahomes another reliable target, help take pressure off Kelce, and set the Chiefs up for life after 87 eventually hangs up his cleats. The trade compensation isn't bad, and with the right contract adjustments, the financial hit could be manageable. On the other hand, the Chiefs have bigger needs. Wide receiver is still a question mark, and there are already solid tight ends in the room. Would adding Goedert truly push this offense over the top? That's the real debate. So now it's over to you. Would you make this trade? Drop a yes or no in the comments, and let's settle this once and for all. And if you made it this far in the video, you're a real one. Type real one in the comments so I know you stuck with me until the end. Before you go, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a Chiefs update. If the team makes a move, whether it's for Goedert or anyone else, you'll hear about it here first. Hit that button and join the most interactive Chiefs community on YouTube. That's it for today, but I'll see you in the next one. Stay locked in, Chiefs Kingdom. Big things are coming. All right, we've talked about the cost, but what about the fit? Is Goedert really the missing piece for this offense? Would he make a real impact, or is this just another rumor that sounds better than it actually is? Let's dive into that next.